The State Capture Commission, I think, is going to be a very troubling journey for South Africa. I don't know whether South Africans are adequately prepared for what is about to come out. I think that we are going to find that all of this information will give us the impression of how badly compromised our government has been and how badly it has failed at serving the people of South Africa.
So the question about when did it all start, is a difficult one, because I don't think there is a date that we can say this is when we started telling the story of state capture. But for me, there are three stories that really cracked this thing open. The first one will be the story that we did about the former Deputy Finance Minister, Jonas. The second one will be about the former cabinet spokesperson, Themba Maseko. And then the last one for me will be the leaking of those Gupta emails. So we are in Cape Town for the opening of Parliament in 2016. So we're having lunch with this one guy, and he sort of like mentions that the then Finance Minister, Pravin Gordhan, will not be going to the Gupta post-budget speech breakfast. So we had a very nice story that week about Pravin, is going to snap the Guptas. So when I went back to him, he started, telling us all these other stories, and Pravin is actually very angry that nothing has happened, even though Mcebisi had reported, to the leadership at Luthuli House that, the Guptas had offered him money. He was offered, the position of finance minister, and he turned it down. Became very interested, and the guy just kept, he had all the information that we needed. Came back to the office, started making calls, and on Saturday we felt like actually we have enough to go with the story. It was risky because the BC had refused to talk to us, but I mean, we were very sure of our sources. We had spoken to so many people who were aware of it. We lawyered the story, and in the end we led with a story about how the Guptas shopped for a new finance minister. It caused so much trouble. It was widely shared. It was picked up by, other newspapers, international media. And as the week progressed, the story was just refusing to die. Everyone was going, and we were actually, going for the story, trying to milk what was already out there, trying to find new angles. At a certain point, we were actually worried because now we were being attacked. As you know, back then in 2016, there was a lot of opposition towards the Sunday Times. Fortunately, on Thursday morning, we get a tweet that Mcebisi Jonas is about to address a press conference, and in that press conference he actually confirmed it, said it's all through. I have been offered, I went to see them.
It is actually his public statement that prompted this avalanche of information in the public domain about the influence of the Guptas.
Sunday, a week after breaking the Mcebisi Jonas story, we had Themba Maseko on our front page actually saying Zuma asked me to help the Guptas.
The allegations he has made tied the former head of state, former President Jacob Zuma, directly to the Gupta family. I think the Gupta emails gave us a glimpse into the grip of the Gupta family on the state.
I get a message on WhatsApp. Someone sent me a picture in it, and then he says, do you want this? He had taken a photograph of a piece of paper, which seemed to suggest that President Jacob Zuma was asking some authorities in the UAE to allow him to resettle there. I said, no, but that can't be true. He says, no, it's true. I've got everything. What was contained in those emails was not necessarily new. These are stories that we had been publishing, for years. So what was in there was just confirmation that we were actually right.
I think that the role of the media has evolved over the past few years as state capture has gripped government, because I think that the media has had to work harder to be able to tell the true story of South Africa, and I think that has taken a real toll, an emotional toll on many journalists.
It got so bad that we had to provide some of our journalists, well, including myself, with close protection. 4 of them, they had their laptops stolen from them. I had my son being followed, from school.
The state's capture story has really gutted people in different ways, because it's taken away the innocence of the South African state. This commission of inquiry is not only about investigating corruption. It is about righting the wrongs that were done in key institutions of the state and bringing people who were responsible for state capture to justice. I think there's a lot that we do not know, and I think we better brace for a harrowing period in history when we will get to know the true nature of state capture.